this ain't a Puff Daddy, Biggie Smalls video. When we go younger, the two young guys you looking at. They look better than us, though. I will tell her. I will
Speak for yourself. They ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. You see, now you know who to be mad at.
We got a lot to get into today. Of course, we'll get into what took place yesterday in women's college basketball. MLB opening weekend took place. And we'll discuss it's coming down to the last 3 or 4 games in the NBA. Of course, talk about the home team. And a much-needed surprise could be coming the Warriors' way in the playoffs. But as you mentioned, we have some guests in the building.
Final 4 minutes.
Huh? Man, the men don't count. They $50 a ticket versus $250. Come on. Everybody showed where their loyalty was.
San Diego State.
And you come, both of them.
San Diego State. Y'all know who to call, who to hate on. I got love for the West.
But yes, as mentioned, we have some guests in the building. We have the MES Seminoles in the building. We're going to let them introduce themselves, start off by telling us their name and what position they play.
Greetings, I am Tyler Shoutout Murphy, a 2-year MES Seminoles captain that plays center, kicker, and middle linebacker. I'm a 5'4", 200-pound, 2-time O-line of the year that bench 180 20 times and squat 225 times. I am currently a 7th grade scholar at Accent Boys Charter School Middle Academy in Brooklyn, New York. While cultivating a 3.3 GPA, the 2024 plans are to attend a prominent high school that fits my academic and athletic agenda. Hopefully one of these Georgia schools wants to give me a promising offer.
No notes either.
One take.
All right, one take.
Hey, we in New York, right? You said Brooklyn, right? You said Brooklyn, correct? Mm-hmm. Stand up.
Next up.
Greetings. I'm Emmanuel G. Washington, a 5'5", 135-pound quarterback, linebacker, MES Seminoles captain. I could bench 180 20 times, and I could squat 220 times. I am currently a scholar. I'm currently a 7th grade scholar at Excellence Boys Middle Charter Academy, maintaining a 3.0 GPA.
All right then.
I want them to repeat that latter half, the education part.
The education part.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
repeat yours one more time. Your education part. Your GPA.
I'm maintaining a 3.0 GPA.
3. And then yours?
I am cultivating a 3.3 GPA.
He's cultivating.
Notice
he said
I know
cultivating.
Yes.
I
got to use that
Yes,
one.
sir.
use that word.
Right.
My next interview.
First we got to look it up, make sure we know what it means.
My next
job
interview. Cultivate.
Cultivating.
And listen. That means it's coming.
That's what's up. We'll start first with you, Murph. What classes do you enjoy taking?
I personally enjoy taking math and science, a little bit of history.
Now, a little bit. So what is it that you like about math? Because that's usually not what kids would normally say.
Math runs in my dad's family. Me and my dad are the mathematicians in our family. While my mom and my sister are ELA.
He's shouting out the family. He got it down pat. No.
You gotta go home.
He got to go home. He gets stuck in Georgia.
Do you understand? He understands the assignment well.
Now, I like math myself. That's why I was surprised you said that. For me, it was because math was exact. Either answer is 4 or it's not. Like English was more subjective. It was depending on how the teacher felt and what she thought you should have gotten from it. But math, either the answer is right or wrong. So that's why I always love math. What's your favorite subjects?
My favorite subjects are ELA and history.
Okay. Why ELA and history?
ELA is because I like writing, and history is I like learning about the past and what causes what's going on in the future and what's going on now.
So as you like math,
You like history.
I like history.
History.
If you study it right, you know what's coming.
Yeah,
Because it repeats itself.
that's true.
So, all a good thing.
Okay. So, what position do you enjoy playing the most and why?
Me,
Because you mentioned 2.
so I like playing linebacker more because I like hitting a lot more. But quarterback, I gotta do what I gotta do, and I could do everything I need to do. And the whole reason I like playing quarterback is because I could help the team as much as possible.
So he like hitting instead of getting hit. In other words.
Who don't? You learn history.
So that history don't repeat
History
itself.
don't repeat.
That's what's up. Who are some of the players that you like watching play?
I like watching Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Khalil Mack is one of the linebackers I like watching.
Former Bear. Should still be a Bear, but I digress.
Where's he at now? He's still in Vegas.
Chargers.
That's right. He went from,
No. Yeah.
he went from Bears to Raiders, Raiders to Chargers. Yeah. That's where he's at. L.A. I think. Unless he got sent
Where's he
somewhere else.
playing?
I believe he's playing on the Chargers.
That's what I thought.
I think he's still there.
Chargers.
They might let him go during the offseason though.
They don't tell it.
But last week checked
Last
in.
week.
He was in
Okay.
L.A. still.
Since you brought up Lamar Jackson, what do you think about the whole Lamar Jackson situation?
It's kind of crazy because he's with a team that started his career and it got him to the place he is now. So him just not re-signing with them or not wanting to re-sign with them is kind of crazy.
So loyalty is important to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
So, who's your what's your favorite position?
My favorite position
And
is to
why?
play center. My favorite position is center and middle linebacker because on center, when I'm playing center, I'm the first one to touch the ball. And then when I'm middle linebacker, I love cracking people and I like laying them out.
Okay.
That's a linebacker mentality.
Right.
But we hope by the time you get there, they still allow that kind of tackling.
Right. Oh, that is
Speaking
cool.
of.
Yeah. First we'll ask you the same question too. Who do you enjoy watching play?
I enjoy watching Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and also Lamar Jackson.
Sound like you're a Bengals fan. You
AFC North.
AFC.
Well, we also know who's doing the good marketing there.
Yes.
Cincinnati's done good with Burrow as quarterback, and then Jamar Chase.
For the Vikings.
And Baltimore, no,
But
with
Lamar is
Cincinnati,
just in
was
the business.
Cincinnati with Burrow and Chase, and then Jefferson with the Vikings, and then Lamar just a brand to his own right now.
Correct. Literally.
Mhm.
You were going to ask him about
So tackling, this is both of y'all. How we know how stringent they are, but how hard is it for you, especially in your position, to not get penalties since you like to have the physical nature? Like, what's always taught to you about tackling?
Nothing really much. It's just that my dad told me to aim at the waist and below, and then when I crack somebody, I feel good because if it has a chance of them fumbling, and then one of my teammates or me could pick it up and run for a touchdown.
Okay, all right.
Same.
Same for you when it comes to tackling and or being tackled. Actually, since you're the quarterback and being tackled, is there ways that you protect yourself?
Yeah. So I like running out of the pocket if I get under pressure too much, or if I see nobody open, I have a lane, I'm gonna take it. And with linebacker, the way to avoid penalty, like Tyler says, to hit waist down, because when you tackle high and the running back is bigger than you, they could truck you or they just gonna run straight through you. So you have to go from the waist down so you avoid letting them get past you.
Okay.
So it seems to be taking effect now, the new way of trying to get younger kids to tackle before they get to the college and then NFL.
Oh, high school.
High school
Wait a
is
minute,
what I
high
meant.
school. So, we'll ask the big dog here
Right,
in a
in a
little
second.
bit when he gets to come in. But, I mean, that's a good thing, though. I mean, obviously, there's the pros and the cons, right? I think the pros does outweigh the cons when you talking about concussions and things of that
Right.
nature. But then, as you get older, we always talk about
You can't walk.
so, but hey, it is a
It's two sides to it.
yeah.
What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
I'm starting to get into playing baseball and I play basketball.
Right.
When I'm not playing football, every time we have gym in school, I practice basketball, the secondary sport.
Okay. Always good to have a secondary.
Since you got two sports, if football didn't work out, what would it be?
Basketball.
Basketball. Same question for you. If football doesn't work out, what's the secondary sport?
Probably baseball.
Baseball?
You know, baseball as a quarterback, I think helps a lot because you have to have that mentality of baseball. If you give up a hit, a home run, or something, you immediately gotta go to the next pitch. If you throw it incomplete or you gotta immediately,
Right.
as a quarterback, switch your
and
mindset.
anticipation.
Yeah, and anticipation.
You know, so people don't want to say it, but half of baseball too. I mean, it's eye and hand coordination, but it's also guessing. Just, you know, in the moment.
In the moment.
Is a curve coming? Is a fastball coming? Whoever the pitch is the slider coming? You know, so some of that's why they say sometimes like, oh, he was on top of it. That means he was early.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was whatever the case may be. So, yeah, having a quarterback. Hey, think about it. Russell Wilson played baseball. Mahomes.
His dad
No,
was
but he played baseball.
Yeah,
he played baseball too.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's a parallel for a lot of them.
Yeah.
That are like that.
Somebody else played baseball. I can't think now. Now going to basketball, you got your boy from North Carolina that played at Chicago. Julius, yeah.
Yeah, Juice Peppers.
Matter of fact,
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Wood, yep.
Who should have been drafted?
Point guard.
He should have been
Yeah.
drafted in the NFL, but yeah.
Yep.
But he chose the longevity of basketball. But yeah, he should have gotten. Oh, well.
Hey, it worked out for the Knicks. More New York. Oh, quick note about Julius Peppers, though. I think people forget he's the only guy that played in the NCAA Final Four and in the Super Bowl.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Look it up. Top of the dome.
Oh, okay. I mean, we definitely got to look at it coming off the top of the dome.
Nah. He's the only athlete to play Super Bowl and in the Final Four.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we bring somebody else in, anybody you want to shout out right now?
I want to shout out my coaches. One of my coaches, my dad, they call him Coach E, and my coach, Coach Murphy, because he helps us with these type of opportunities for these interviews.
Excellent. All right.
I would like to shout out Coach E because he helps us stay conditioned. I would like to shout out my dad for giving me this opportunity. And then I would also like to shout out my mom because whenever I'm down, she would always be there for me.
Hey, that's what's up.
You want to go home?
He got.
You finish your home straight.
Can't blame that fit. We appreciate you all coming in. Wishing you the best, and I look forward to hearing a lot more from you all.
I want one of them shirts.
I know, right?
Stage left, gentlemen.
All right, since you brought up your dad, let's bring him in right quick since he over here behind the scenes trying to do everything. We're going to have him step in right now. So,
Put one of the headphones on.
Right.
You know.
It's been a while.
right.
I lost a couple of ounces.
state your name and position.
I'm Tyriek A. Murphy, the owner and CEO of the MES Seminoles.
So how did you get started with the MES Seminoles?
Well, you guys already know that I have a team, which is the Village team, that I sponsor. And you know, when I came across finding out that my son actually likes to play football and he wanted to get into it, that's pretty much what expanded the operations, you know, to football. We spent a couple of years with a previous team, just, you know, getting our you could say our feet wet in regards to the whole process. And then after last year's season, when we had a winning season, I transitioned over and just made the decision to open up a youth organization myself and give them the opportunities that no other youth organization is currently doing right now, whether we're talking about across the nation or specifically on the East Coast. I mean, I'm the only organization right now out of New York that has, you know, the ability to have kids get automatic enrollment opportunity into a high quality, you know, educational institution that you heard the boys mention earlier. I'm giving them the opportunity as it pertains to my captains, you know, and it's never been heard of, you know, to have kids on the field that are CPR and AED certified. So, you know, that's what I'm extending to my captains, which, you know, they're always on the field. So at any point in time, if anything happened, you know, medically wise, they're able to, you know, assess the situation before I actually send the medical team out there in which my organization have. We have a team doctor, a team nurse, and team medics. So everything we're doing, we're doing on an elite, on an elite level. We're not taking any shortcuts. So pretty soon, when you turn around and start interviewing, other organizations or teams or whatever have you, and you see them, doing the same things that you heard me mention.
The blueprint.
Exactly.
Right.
More New York.
More New York.
No. Yeah. I was about to be modest, but I couldn't think of who really started it. So I mean, realistically, I'm just, you guys know, I'm taking after my grandfather. He's still to this day the first and only black professional billiards world title winner and Hall of Fame inductee. So what I'm doing, with this football program is basically the same thing, giving them the opportunity to be able to get exposure outside of New York.
I noticed everything is centered on sports, but it's also the education piece.
Yes.
3.0, cultivating
Yeah,
3.3.
like
That's goals.
right.
I mean,
Is there-
that's
Is that a contract sign?
I mean, well,
Because some people do that.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been thinking about that as of late, just to basically prepare the boys, for when they go to that next level. Everything that I'm doing with them so that they're prepared for the next level. I'm not
What to
treating them
expect.
right. I'm not treating them like like they're kids and like they're babies. No, I'm giving it to them, raw and real, so that when they get to the next level and they hear the terminology, or they hear certain things or see certain things,
No
it won't be
surprise.
no surprise to them. They're like, oh, Coach Murphy told me about this.
Or you
Okay.
could be like, well, I wasn't told about this, so
Right.
you lacking in
Exactly.
trying to
Right.
persuade me to do something.
Exactly.
As far as high school, collegiate level.
Right.
things of that nature.
That's the whole thing. I'm preparing them and I'm treating them as if they are in the pros. That this even when it comes to our play style. Like today I went over with them. I told them to bring their playbooks out, so that if they had any questions, ask me about it. It doesn't matter. Ask me about it, so that this way we can run smooth. And what we're going to be doing for this coming season. Yeah, you go ahead about us.
Okay.
You go ahead about us.
Is there? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is there? Obviously, in the New York or tri-state area, are you all involved in any national programs yet, or that's to come?
Well, the
Or
for the past-
let's go regional programs, and then
Well, yeah, the organization that most of the youth sports out of the tri-state area, or the Northeast, I should say, run out of is under AYF,
Okay.
American Youth Football. So everyone is pretty much run out of that for the national component and trying to compete. I mean, there's other avenues that you can go, and that's also what I'm thinking about. When it comes to this coming season, I've yet to make the decision as to what league we're going to play in. I want to make sure that my boys are able to play in a league where they're going to get the exposure that they need, and they're playing to to the level of expectation for themselves, for their families as well as mine. So trust me when I tell you, any kid that is on this team, I'm very close with their parents. And we have the same vision at hand. I mean, right now it's really supposed to be like maybe 4 to 5 other kids here, but because those parents, for whatever reason, didn't want to take advantage of this opportunity, then so be it. But I have the 4 core guys that I intend to do some great things with.
I think that's probably one of the biggest things is getting buy-in from the parents.
everybody on one
Because it
accord.
sounds like he didn't like the previous football schedule, so he just went and created his own.
I mean, we can definitely,
I gotta give him a hard time, right?
We can definitely talk off air. I'm definitely gonna tell you something, but I gotta be political. I gotta be politically correct, because it's all about
Glad
politics.
we on camera too.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But no, realistically, to answer your question, to be serious about it, yeah, there were some things that I didn't like, and it's always been said, when there's something that you don't like, do it yourself.
Correct.
So there was things that I didn't like. There was things that played out that I wasn't happy with. And instead of, trying to change an organization that I have no control over, I just made the decision that right then and there that I'm going to start my own. And here we are.
I'm with that right there. All right, we're gonna ask you to step away for
Yeah,
a second
yeah,
now, because we're
absolutely,
gonna
yeah.
get our.
Tell them. We're gonna say it again, but tell them how to reach.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You could still, still the same information. The number's still the same, 347-869-4396. You can reach us at our organizational website, which is murphyenterprisesolutions.org, murphyenterprisesolutions.org, or the moment you type in MES Seminoles in Google, we're right at the top. We above Florida State Seminoles. Yeah, that's the type of moves we doing out here.
Okay. All right. You hear that, FSU? You need to call them up.
Please.
Greetings, I'm Gabriel, pitcher, 4'6", 100-pound MES Seminoles captain who plays running back / free safety. I can bench 120 pounds 10 times and squat 150 pounds 15 times. I'm currently a 6th grade scholar at Excellent Boys Charter Middle Academy with improvement and maintaining a 3.0 GPA.
All right, excellent. Next up.
Greetings, I am Alex Wagner, MES Seminoles captain. Can I restart?
Go ahead.
Alright, thank you. Greetings, I am Alex Wagner, MES Seminoles captain who plays running back and strong safety. I'm a 5'1", 100 pounds defensive player of the year who benches 115 pounds 15 times and squats 150 pounds 15 times. I'm currently a 7th grade scholar at Excellent Boys Middle Academy and maintaining a 3.5 GPA.
All right, excellent. All right, so some of the same questions. I brought up your GPA. What are some of your favorite subjects in school and why?
My favorite subject in school would be science, because in science I have now we're learning about geography, and I find that very interesting. And my teacher also is very helpful. Like in my last school, my science teacher wasn't as helpful as my teacher is in my new school, which Coach Murphy got me in. Because of the team and the opportunity he gave me to join Excellence Boys, I found a new passion for science.
What's her name? See? You ain't supposed to be telling nobody's name, man. That's rule number 1. You don't put nobody in blast.
No snitching!
Right.
We gonna break one of those rules when we get back to you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Same question for you, young man.
What's your favorite subject and why?
My favorite subject is ELA
Okay, why?
because I like to write and I find it interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, since you, Sue, who are some of the people you like to read about? Is there any poets or any authors you like?
Not really.
Okay. I'm about to say, you can say the person that you're hearing in your ear right now. Pop was a poet.
Yeah.
You know. But that might be a little before they time.
Real time. Yeah.
I don't know.
History.
History.
They'll get in history.
That's being taken away, though.
I'm about to let somebody do CRT talk about.
Right.
But anyway, we go.
That's a whole other subject.
Then it's
there.
on us to teach them that.
Right. Yeah, we got to teach you. So out of the positions that you play, which one do you like playing?
I like to play running back the most because it's fun running the ball and getting the team a point.
Okay. And who do you like watching?
I like watching Lamar Jackson, Tyriek, Wagner.
Okay.
I got a question. I don't know if you probably didn't mention it. Have they? Do you know what your speed is? Like in the 40, or that hasn't been Not really.
Not yet.
But you fast?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of fast? Who can beat you? Who can't beat you?
He can't. Well, he can't beat me.
Okay, yeah. Then he fast. Then we start pointing out.
Hey, look, he was like, yeah,
Hey.
you're right. No lie. Okay. All right. Which position do you enjoy playing?
The position I enjoy playing the most is strong safety, because I feel like I like being in the back of the field, just watching and just focusing, and I just like hitting. And on the team they call me the ball hawk, so I just like, yeah. I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For a little history, do you know who was considered one of the best ball hawks? Yeah, who's considered one of the best safeties to play?
I don't know.
We got to teach about some Ed Reed. Then.
How about you go? I was gonna go. Brian Dawkins. They called him.
Yeah, but he wasn't ball hawk like Ed Reed.
Well, no, Ed Reed top of the top. Then we go a little older. You got and I can't call.
So you gotta do a little research.
From San
on
Fran.
that
Gotta
one.
look up
Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott.
That's hidden. That's probably him and Atwater were probably the best.
Yeah, but Lott has some coverage skill. He got known for his hitting, but Lott has some coverage skill.
I'm not saying he didn't, but a ball
I
hawk
play
was Ed
cornerback,
Reed.
so yeah.
So
He
what?
started out playing corner, so yeah.
We can't hear you, Rick. You just
He started off playing corner.
He started out playing corner, so, yeah.
That's what I said. You know.
That's what I said.
That's what I would say. He had some ball hawk. You know, he had some ball ability.
Ed Reed was the best ball.
Correct.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands
Yeah.
down. So who do you enjoy watching play?
I enjoy watching Cooper Cup, Jalen Ramsey, Derrick Henry, and just that's what I enjoy watching personally.
Okay, you got it. The first
That boxing all over the place.
Right. One that was probably had the best wide receiver season ever.
Yeah.
And
You could take away the extra game, he still would have broke the numbers.
Still would have broken the
And
numbers.
then Henry, a throwback to when the running back was the feature back with almost 2,000 yards a couple of seasons ago. So, might wind up here in Atlanta. Who knows? Hopefully not. But
We don't need another Steven Jackson
yeah.
situation. Falcon fans. You still there?
I'm not a Falcon fan.
Yes,
Oh,
you
okay.
are. You're still a Falcons fan. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
a
about.
Falcon fan, excuse me.
So, when you're not playing football, what do you enjoy doing?
I like to go outside with my friends and play video games.
Okay. What video games do you enjoy playing?
I like playing Madden, 2K, Fortnite.
Okay.
That's
That's
that sounds like the consensus.
yeah.
When I'm not playing football, I still find time to study my playbook because we have over like 100 plays, and and outside of football at school, I also play basketball, and I just focus on my homework and just getting my grades up.
Excellent.
Quick question for you. So, what's your favorite play? But I don't want to hear it. What's it called? Tell me how is it called out? What's the language to the play? Whatever your favorite play is, just I wouldn't know what it is. You can say
tell him anything.
you can tell me anything, or you can't get the secrets up. I like him. You don't give nothing up.
I guess he got scared after that last one. He was scared to snitch. Now he.
Just whatever play, whatever.
Um,
First one to come to mind.
yeah, you're gonna have to find out in the season.
Okay, all right. Who behind me right now? Probably calling the baseball. Which one of y'all behind me?
Start rubbing sleeves. Touching on the ear. Don't tell.
Don't
them.
tell. No problem.
What happened? Can we talk about what happened to your arm?
I was in school and I was in gym and I was playing football. So what happened? I ran a slant and the QB he threw it like low. So I tried to go for the ball and I don't know what happened and I just looked at my thumb and it was looking crazy.
Just fell wrong.
At first I thought it was dislocated, but then after that my mom, my dad came to the school and we went straight to the hospital from there and got X-rays and we found out it was broken.
Ooh, damn. So we know he don't like a slant pattern.
I know, right?
That's the one play we don't like, right?
Well, actually, not the way he described
His
it.
own quarterback fault.
I know the quarterback may be here, may not be here, but it sounded like the quarterback threw an inerrant pass.
So
We
you
know a
just
lot.
don't like it.
We know a lot about that here in Atlanta. That's we understand about quarterbacks sometimes throwing inerrant passes getting the wide receivers
Right.
toe out the frame. Ask Pitts. Marcus Mariota.
I know, right? All right, so I'm gonna ask you, what are you looking forward to high school and on to college?
I'm looking forward to going to high school or college that fits football.
Okay.
Fits my
Doesn't matter where, any particular state or anything or school?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Okay. All right.
Georgia is the back-to-back national championship.
Oh,
Just something y'all to think
man,
about.
hey,
Something y'all
man.
to think about. Just something.
He want to go to running back you.
Georgia.
I said running back
Georgia.
you, not where they run
Georgia.
you to the ground and then send you to the pole. Todd Gurley.
I'm just saying. I'm just out there to get off the mic, but Georgia, UGA is something for y'all to think about. Back-to-back national champions.
Georgia won't even be around that point, but go ahead.
I currently don't know what high school I want to go to, but I do know that I want to go to a high school that fits my description and I can work with teammates that also work as hard as me and that put in the same work. But for college, I want to get a D1 offer, but it would be nice to get an offer from Ohio State. I definitely want to go there.
All right, I'm gonna throw my little thing in there. Can we get an HBCU? Parents, parents, can we make sure
At least on the
a choice?
a choice.
If we got 3 choices,
At least one of
we're
them.
gonna have them sign a contract with us.
But you gotta visit at least
At least one.
At least one.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
And it's gotta be the top 3 in your choices.
Yeah. Fair, that's all.
That's
Parents, we gonna have y'all sign us a contract. We gonna do our part.
Yeah, from New York, let's see.
Howard,
Howard, yeah.
close to home.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too far. Yeah. Like you said, if you come to Georgia, you gotta, it's a plethora of them down here.
Come to Georgia.
But you can go to
UGA last on the
UGA
list.
Yeah, UGA last.
Last. Y'all the
Yeah,
Seminoles
last.
though. Go down to
MU? Yeah.
yeah.
Wherever you get a scholarship, I get it.
Exactly. Could be Canada.
Right, okay.
Play CFL.
Right, it don't
Go.
matter.
Go.
Wherever it is. Hey, well, we appreciate y'all coming in.
Gentlemen.
Thank you. Wish y'all the best. All right.
All right.
All right.
Who we gonna bring back in or we gonna go to?
We're going to go to a break. This is DNA Sports Talk, 1100 AM. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hello, and welcome back to DNA Sports Talk. We're bringing the facts about sports.
If you don't agree,
Say so. 446038770 is the number to call in. Once again, 446038770. Still got the fellas from MES Seminoles in the building. You saw how I waited for the beat to drop, Rick?
I see you trying to.
Okay, because that's how
That's
you're
what you're
supposed
supposed
to.
to do.
That's the intro.
5 years
He
and running.
He pointed me early though.
5 years and
Well, I
running for
know
these
how you
bars.
like it.
5 years and running for these bars though. 5 years and running for these
We've been
bars.
waiting.
Oh,
we've been
really?
waiting.
Really?
I was talking
This what we
to-
doing.
me
This
and
what we
Ace,
doing,
we
y'all.
were just talking about history. Go back to history.
We brought the 2 first gentlemen back on real quick to
Because
answer.
they want to talk about what school
They can't be left out with the
Right.
questions. We
So-
changed it up on them. So
Yeah.
they caught it.
they call it. Right.
They caught it. So we got
Right. So we got to get to what schools.
Me personally, the high schools I want to go to is Capital Prep or Hudson Catholic, and the colleges I want to go to is LSU at first, and then maybe Ohio State.
Ohio damn state. Y'all know Ohio
One of the high
State
schools
win
that
now.
I really want to go to is IMG Academy.
IMG. Okay.
And the college that I want to go to is Ohio State.
So the whole team trying to go to Ohio State. What is it about Ohio State?
Fab 5 or Fab 11. Leverage called leverage.
That's
It's called
what it
leverage. Take one of us, take us
You
all.
gotta take us all. You gotta take the whole squad.
Hey, y'all see what we doing out here?
All right. Hey, this is
You see-
different.
you
This is
see-
different.
We see what we doing out here. You see what we see what we doing in high school.
Right.
So take one, take all.
Gotta, everybody.
I like it. I like the idea.
All right.
Man, it's
They
okay.
do it in basketball.
Yeah.
Why
Why
not
not?
be the first to do it in football? Okay.
Fab 11.
I'm there.
We gotta get that name.
Gotta get that inside.
and sign real
Right.
quick. Get that 2%. Your dad teach you about 2%.
Right. Right.
Gotta have it.
Right. So yeah, we appreciate y'all
Appreciate
coming
guys.
in.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for coming in.
These individuals, all of them are very special. You know, I coached. I've been coaching them for about the past 2, going on 3 years now, and it's been some rough moments, some rough times. So these particular group of boys, I make it a very passionate involvement to make sure that they succeed. You know, we've seen enough L's. You know what I'm saying? We've seen enough L's within the last 2 years. That should be enough to last in their lifetime. Everything they need to do right now is about winning, whether it's on the field or off the field.
I'm gonna give everybody who's here. Y'all can't see off screen. There's parents, other coaches. You don't. Media always gives the wrong side of
Right.
bad news sells, right?
Of course.
But we don't get enough of the good stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So
Right.
while you're here, we already know how to go back with you, but I don't know.
What the clap button, man?
We still trying to. There you go, always asking for some new stuff.
Gotta work with it. Gotta work with
That's
it.
not working
We had it
well.
before, we
You
had
gotta
it-
ask
we
for
had
more
it-
new stuff.
But that, it's what's the ages? 11 to
Right now, the organization operates for 9-year-olds to 13-year-olds, but as it comes to this upcoming season, I'm back and forth in between whether or not it's going to be a 13U or a 12U. It depends on the numbers, how the numbers play out.
Gotcha. The reason why I asked the ages also is we've had going to college students on air. We've had, about to go to signing day and are nowhere near articulate as these young men have come in and prepared. And so that's what, that's people will notice you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, people will notice you when you go out in the world, you go to the bank, you go whatever. People you'll stand out. You may not understand it now, but you keep down this path,
Yes, sir.
you'll understand. And so while the leaders, which are the parents and the all two, hats off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's a focal point for us, to make sure that they have the education. I joke around with them all the time and say, listen, when you break it down for people, you're going to be giving them the $1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
But when we all together, we using nothing but $1 trillion words over here. So make sure that you read in, that dictionary. Make sure you know what synonyms are.
There you go.
Be able to explain yourself in multiple different,
I'm about to call one of them now. Go on my LinkedIn account.
Yeah.
What was that?
Cultivate.
Cultivate. I'm about to change.
That was the captain right there. That was the captain. That was the captain. That was
Change
Shaq.
that real quick. Yes.
Coach
So,
E, how did you get involved with this?
Well, I was on the sideline for quite some time as a parent on the sideline, and now I absolutely coach an organization. Then, my first year coaching, I had the opportunity to, coach with Coach Murph. And, I respected his vision. And the big thing about it is it's not just about being an athlete, it's about being a scholar athlete. It gives you opportunity to pretty much go to college, being able to pay for college. Being able to, I always say, expand your palate. So, I must say, being able to be a coach for this guy right here, we took these kids to summer camp. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, so I'm big on
No water.
no water.
hey, listen, I might need to sign you up. Please do a Zoom or something, because
Well,
when they were putting out the how many squats or whatever, I was like,
120 10 times and 150 this time.
if you train your mind, the body will do whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right.
There you
You're
go.
right. I
So,
gotta get back out there.
So it's a big thing we push about education, and football gives you opportunity to be a lot, do a lot, and go around a lot of places, And I would say these kids, they did take a lot of L's, but with them and I coaching, they had a winning season, and every week we kept telling them, like, you guys didn't get cheese up yet, don't get beside yourselves, there's more to do,
more
and I keep working and be humble.
Yeah.
Keep working and be humble.
I think that's important. You tell me about this. Is that it's good having wins and losses because that's the real world.
Definitely.
That prepares you. So how are you as far as the whole participation type stuff?
As far as well, I would say this. Everyone gets involved, right? My big thing is strength and conditioning, right? So this guy, work the mind out. I'm gonna work the body out.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get him strong. I'm gonna get him tough, and work together as a team. Each one teach one, and rely on each other. You guys are the leaders of the team, so we have a high expectation of you guys and to lead the team.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump right in there.
Jump in there.
I'm gonna tell you right now. There's pros and there's cons when it comes to that whole concept of participation, because realistically, you don't have that when you go into high school. You don't have that when you go into college. You don't have that when you go into the NFL. Or I'm not even gonna say the NFL because I'll just say professional ball.
Yeah.
So, again, like I said, I like to
You
like
don't
to
have
keep
that
it.
when you go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Just work.
Exactly. So I like to keep the expectations as realistic as possible. So if we come to the end of the year and there's this athlete that he did his thing, or she, because the door is open to females as well. But if they did their thing, I'm not going to stifle them and only give them one award because I want to quote unquote spread the love around to giving it to a kid. No, I'm not going to do that. If the kid earned it, they're going to get it. So if they were the offensive player of the year, and they turn around and they were able to, do something that, both Coach E and I like, or predominantly something that I saw within them, then yeah, I'm gonna give them the coach's award as well. I'm not gonna hold them back. When you give kids the realistic, approach, that they strive more and they do better. So if they know that, okay, at the end of the season, I want that defensive player of the year award. I'm gonna try to outdo Alex to take it from him.
Yeah.
Then
Competition.
they gotta turn around and take it from my ball hawk. I'll tell you right now, it's more than likely not gonna happen. But try still. They still can try.
Acceptable challenge.
So I don't like doing that. Participation. If they're like the mighty mites or the tiny mites, kids that are probably maybe somewhere between 5 and let's just say 8, then you can do that. You can do that for them.
That makes sense.
But when you're talking about kids that are 11-year-old and up, you gotta make it realistic. So you didn't win this award this year, right? That was the award that you said you wanted to win at the beginning of the year, right? So that's what you got to do. So that means you got to run more sprints.
Yeah.
You got to run more laps. You got to do the bear crawls. You got to do the push-ups. The bottom line is we make them work.
Yeah.
They're not going to leave me and go to the next level not being able to handle themselves in the event that they come across a coach that I came across that made me, stop wanting to play football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing that my son wanted to play football, it was the reason why I even got back into it.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to be that coach. And I tell them all the time, I was like, you guys have to understand, even though I, right now could be considered the greatest quote unquote coach you've ever had in your life. Only knowing that they're only 12, they still got a lot more life to go.
Yeah.
But knowing that everything that I do, the next coach may not do. And as you go to each higher level, the expectation of you is going to be greater with less instruction. You're going to be expected to do it. You're going to be expected to know it. So I'm training them right now to get into that mindset that, you have to do this, because you're not going to come across a coach that's going to, tell you how it's done or show you how it's done. If you do, that'll be great. You got to cherish those type of coaches. You got to cherish those moments. But I teach them to be realistic. Once they turn around and they leave me, expect no coach to help you until they show you that they're willing to take that road with you to help you. You got to do it yourself. You got to go out there and eat. I'm sending whoever's listening right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm sending you some killers. I'm sending you some killers. My boys are killers.
Cool.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
So is this where the whole persona comes from? All of the killers and everything? Is it mostly you as your coach?
I mean, it's
You keep giving them water breaks, man. I don't even.
Why you think I yell no water? I mean, you got to understand. They're kids. They're not in high school where the expectations is more serious. They're still kids. So when you get kids that age, you have to let them be serious with playing football, but at the same time you have to have a balance. You have to be able to have fun with them and make them love the game more than what they do. So yeah, I got captain handshakes with them. They got team handshakes. I mean, behind the scenes, you've seen us do some of those, or you saw them do some of the handshakes. So yeah, that's what you got to do to keep it fresh and keep them motivated. They got hype drills. There's a portion of practice where they got hype drills, where they do what they're supposed to do to get themselves hyped, and we do it before every game, and we'll do it at the end of the game when we bring home that W. There's nothing gonna change. I tell you, we setting trends around here. My grandfather turned around and set a trend. I gotta turn around and set a trend. Tyler is setting the trend. We talking about a kid that was 11 years old going against high school kids, and it was about 30 kids, and he placed in the top 5. As an 11-year-old, and he's the only 11-year-old out there. So these are the type of games that I want for these killers. I want them to be able to set that trend.
Gotcha.
That's what it's all about.
So we're gonna get them all to go to one school? Is that the next trend?
Well,
because the way they talking.
Tonight I'm going to get that Fab 11. So y'all gotta come see us. Because we want our 2%.
Listen. Let me explain something to you. You know I ain't got no problems with cutting that 2%. We're very. Let's be clear about that.
I understand.
Just very clear about that. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's an opportunity that I'm trying to put together, and we'll see how it play out. But if it does play out, then I'll turn around and I'll send y'all both the text.
No problem. I mean, we jokingly say that and whatnot, but as you look at now, athletes, especially now with college and the NIL, and you have, right now is the Wild Wild West. By the time these young men get to a point, they'll probably be a little bit more structured or whatever. But at the same time, you look at in the football mainly, like Lamar trying to set a trend as far as being him and his immediate family being their own agent. We've seen LeBron basically come in and create a team as far as that handles his marketing, handles his agencies, those things of that nature. The apple cart is being shaken up. And so this is me and Don, we have these conversations, and I'm like, this is what scares the apple cart. Mm-hmm. This is what scares the chink in the armor if Lamar Jackson can pull off his agency. This is what scares what LeBron did. This is what scared the NBA.
Rich Paul.
He is his own. I mean, and you've seen it. When he goes to an organization, he holds the leverage. He holds the power. Right? If I'm going to come to you, you're going to bend to my will.
Because you know what you're expecting.
Yeah. So as these football is the I feel like football is the last frontier to players
because it's the last one that doesn't have guaranteed
contracts, and they have a sorry NFLPA in my opinion, but compared to the other major sports, Players Association to me is a little weaker. But you also dealing with old school in the trenches money in the NFL. More so maybe in some of the other sports and whatnot. So
I definitely agree with you in the fact that it's a trend that has been going on for far too long. There's a lot of players, and I always tell people, even when we go back, even when I look back into my career when I work for organizations and those organizations have unions, me personally, there's benefits to having a union, but at the same time, I feel an individual should be able to negotiate their own contract. So what Lamar is doing to me is absolutely great, and I, although it's looking rough at this beginning stages, I have full confidence that he'll be able to get security.
Somebody got to start. I mean, I take Northwestern or the Brandon brothers in UCLA in basketball. They started it. I won't say they failed. They didn't get the final. They got compensation, but they didn't get what you see now, the NIL. But they started it because they made EA Sports shut down because it was like, listen, you can't play. You can't put my face out here on a video game and make millions of dollars for forever, and I don't get a piece of it. Then you had Northwestern.
They actually formed a union.
Correct. But it got knocked down. But now out of that you have the NIL. So it's people kind of history, right? Who likes history kind of tells okay, where you did not succeed the first time, that doesn't mean you don't go back and chip away again. You may not be the one to always see the fruit of the labor, but you've you started the revolution. So I know on the NFL side, they don't want to see, they do not want to see Lamar get it, but it's coming.
It's coming.
He's gonna get it.
I mean,
it's just a matter of how.
He won't get what he wanted as far as the guarantee, but he'll get something. But
right.
Everybody right now, everybody's going to come out. Well, the NFL is going to come out looking more of a winner than him. That's how they're going to. How they're going to put it out there.
I'm gonna go on record. Remember the last time I went on record? You know what I'm saying? You remember, Don? Remember the last time I went on record and I said Tiger was going to win?
Oh yeah, everybody,
right?
Everybody know. We all sat in and tried to tell him. He kept on using the word never.
Here we go again. Here goes.
Was I right about Serena though?
Hey, listen. Whoa, slow down. We talking about.
I'm just asking a question.
One thing at a time.
He asked. A question? I asked the question.
Okay.
What's up, man?
Yes,
That's
yes.
that deflection.
Yeah. now that I turn around and I answer his question, let's get back to the train of thought that I was getting ready to express. I believe Lamar will get what he wants. I don't think there will be any wavering. You have to understand. It's not like he's in his mid to late 30s.
He's 26.
He's still in his prime.
Only reason why I kind of push back a little bit with you on that, he's gonna. Where he's looking now, he's gonna still be in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is the case, then there is going to be some consensus on both sides, and so that's why I'm like,
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then the NFL and the media is going to spin it as if it was a failure,
Yeah,
because we're not
absolutely.
going to know what the behind the scenes, contract stuff or whatever.
He's gonna get his money.
But no, yeah, I don't doubt
Arizona
that.
will get that money.
I don't doubt that. But the problem is though, now when you got
Whatever that number is.
Now,
That's
when
the
you got
thing.
guys coming out of college, say the next 4 to 5 at the quarterback position, and they are that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You get one every so cycle, right? And they are that guy. Will they wind up like the Mannings? I'm not coming to you, and 2, if I come to you, I'm not doing that 3-year rookie whatever contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's.
Tiger.
I need to get to the money faster.
Exactly.
You're not going to wear me out.
Yeah,
You're not going to
exactly.
hold 2 games of me being injured and then hold that over my head in negotiations.
And no matter how
And I just
Remember
got
the business.
and I just got 13 million.
business.
And I just got 13 million from. I'm gonna use the Florida quarterback in Florida Gators. He was like, "No, I'm not coming to you. We promised 13 million in idea. Yeah, I don't know what this 10 million is, and so let me go see somewhere else. So now if I'm coming out of college with already that mentality as far as business wise. Now you got to perform too, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm coming with the performance, and I'm coming out of college with the performance. Don't give me a Heisman or have me as a Heisman finalist, and now you want to do me as a top 5 pick or whatever. Oh, we're not doing a 3-year deal. I'm not doing a recontract no more. We got to do 5, and I need 80% of that.
Are we going to restructure this deal?
Yeah. Because I just did it with Alabama, which
Right.
their coach is the highest paid state employee. Or I just did it with Athens in Georgia with another head coach that's the second highest paid state employee. So I'm dealing with people that make money. Now I'm dealing with an owner. To me, that's no different than dealing with the college coaches.
I think that's going to be key for you all as well as the business aspect of going forward and how you go from high school to college and what's they spoke about the best fit as far as position, which is key, but
And
also
academics.
the best deal as well.
Yeah.
Because each of them are going to be their own entity at that point. Like you're talking about LeBron, and you're going to have to get to that point of what's the best for me and my family.
Exactly. Like I said, this comes all back to what we were saying. That whole participation. No, they have to have. Yeah, you have to be realistic.
The performance got to be there.
Exactly.
The performance got to be there,
Right.
and if it's not there, you don't get, to your point, you don't get rewarded for not performing.
LeBron's
And that doesn't,
incentives, right?
Yeah, correct. So,
I mean, listen, I can tell you right now. I'll even throw the extra pressure on us. We gonna try to get them ready where we could just skip high school and go straight to college.
Let's see what
You
happens.
know how some people just say, oh, we're gonna like on the basketball side. Oh no, I'm gonna skip college and go to the NFL.
only thing I would tell you, knowing that, and not from an academic side or not from whatever, there is still fundamentally growth spurt socially that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like my nephew, I just found that out a few years ago. Basically had graduated out of middle school in like the 7th grade, and they wanted to put him in high school, which would require him going to high school. And his parents were like, "Nah, he's not socially ready." Socially ready. So that's the only thing I would push back on that. And I'll give you an example. Not even that. Like I feel like LeBron didn't come into his real own, his own, until he went to Miami. But college would have
That's
given.
'cause of
Give him
you
time to
wait.
develop.
Well, no,
You would've-
but college would have given him 1 year in college. He would have went to a coach like Izzo, or you know what I mean. So
What you gonna say?
Okay, no, I'm gonna say as far as having that time to develop. As far as when we talk about a sport like football, it takes a lot on the body.
yeah,
And so even when it comes to the working out, you can't throw a lot of things on these kids.
Yeah.
As far as the weight training, the type of exercise regimes that you give these
Yeah, for
kids,
anybody
you know?
I hear listen time, oh, they doing too much. Just listen to what he just said. Because
There's levels to this, you know?
Yeah, yes.
And it's like, as far as who's training you,
Yeah.
you know, you have to have a system in place. As far as like, what are your goals and what are your gains, you know, and you progress with that, you know, and that's why, you know, as far as representation, not just with your trainers, you know, your agent, you know, it's who's representing you,
Correct.
you know, because they want the best for you.
Got to get y'all out of here.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you as always. Please let them again
Yes,
how
sir.
they can reach
It's
you.
a pleasure, man.
Yeah, you can reach us at MES Seminoles on Google, or you can go to their website, murphyenterprisesolutions.org. We're on Instagram at MES Seminoles. For my Instagram, it's the CEO for MES, or you could just type in Tyriek A. Murphy. Either way, it's gonna come up. And yeah, we're out here. You're gonna see us.
Proof is in the pudding, man.
Yes,
Watch-
sir.
There
We
you
got you. We
Watch
got
the
you.
process, man. Watch the
Glad
process.
you decided to come on. You
Well, you know, I have a shirt. You know, I forgot my shirt, so I
there's no problem, no problem. I do sometimes too.
We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll get into some March Madness. This is DNA Sports Talk, 1100 AM. Be right back.